Clean Cut Crew, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Tower of God. Today we are getting into Season 2, Episode 36. So last episode was pretty much wrapping up the epilogue, I hope. We saw this new character called Kuraka, and we also sought to see the dynamics within the tower expanded a little bit more. And then we also saw some Season 1 characters last issue. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, definitely check it out, whether it be with me or on your own. But without further ado, let's get into this episode. Season 2, Episode 36. Oh my gosh, flashback. Today we'll start training you to become a slayer. If you show the slightest hesitation, I'll kill off your friends one by one. Let's see how many of them will survive as you go up the tower. Mr. Viole Grace? Flashback. I always butcher his name. My gosh, forgive me. Phew, that was harsh. It's not like he's going to kill them himself either. I'm Jinsung Ha, your martial arts teacher starting today. Nice to meet you, Viole. Don't be too angry. I know you hate us now. But we won't harm you if you cooperate. Instead, we'll provide you with everything you need within limits. Money, power, girls, honor, revenge, whatever. Tell us what you want and we'll get it for you. I want to be strong, so that I don't have to say goodbyes anymore. How strong do I have to be to not lose any more friends? I don't want to say goodbyes anymore. Dang, he's so sad, boy. A slayer. He seems to be very different from Uruk. Viole, I mean, he's not like an irregular. Yes, he seems to be different from the usual irregulars. He's not just different, he's too ordinary. If he was a monster like Magino, I would do everything in my power to make him be on our side. But with that boy, somehow, I'm not up for it. I'm really not. I should teach him first. In battles, Shinsu is used in two different ways. First, Shinsu is used to reinforce the body. And second, the Shinsu in your opponent's body can be manipulated to attack them upon close contact. What? Is that Gollum? It's called close contact manipulation. There are many ways to do it, but the strongest is the piercing technique. To use the piercing technique, you approach the opponent and transfer a Shaka Shinsu within their body and vibrate the Shinsu until it explodes. Oh, that's really crazy. Like this. The 1-inch punch. The problem is that you have to be in direct contact with the opponent, and your defenses will be down. But the power of the explosion is strong. Since it's a dangerous skill, you need to train for years to be able to use it safely. Doubt it for Bam. Although there is a faster way of learning it, I think. It's okay. It's better than someone dying because I dodged. What? Tap. Ouch. It's been a while since I felt so creeped out about attacking someone. You were called the murderer of the Ha family. Oh, he's the Ha family. After you extinguished your family line just because a girl was sold to the head. And now you're hesitating to hurt someone? Anger dulls one's senses, but those senses seem to have returned today. Since that day, I thought that I had forgotten everything. Seems like all the guys in the great families did it for like love or something. Do you really think that boy can make our wish come true? Wait, is he like Spike? He's kind of is like Spike. Spike was like a mobster, if I remember correctly, in his younger years, and he escaped due to a girl. I wonder if it's kind of similar. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched Cowboy Bebop. Do you really think that boy can make our wish come true? Huh? I don't think he can. I know an irregular is the only weapon we have against Jihad, but he's different. It feels like this is not the right path for him. You're collapsed on the ground every time I see you, Viole. You must not die before you kill Jihad. Why do you want me to kill him? That's a very good question. Don't you think the two of us are similar? What? What do you mean? Rattle. In Fug, there are those with a grudge against the great families in Jihad. There are those who hate or envy them. What kind of powers is she doing? And those who want to change the tower. For these people, a slayer is their god to make their dreams come true. You must be one who kills the ones who no one else can kill, Viole. Oh, she reanimated the golem. Good luck, my god. You will change your mind soon. Watch a little longer and you'll see what he can become. You'll see the destiny his powers will lead him to in the end. Powers? That boy? He's just an ordinary weak boy. Who are you? Why did you come to see Viole? Did you cure him? No, he looked bored, so I rebuilt the stone doll for him. What? He must be still writhing in pain. And that doll can only be broken with the piercing technique. He'll be safe if he learned it well from you. Hey, darn it! What are these people thinking? It's not possible to learn the piercing technique in one shot. What do they expect from that ordinary boy? Don't they know that we were wrong? He's just... And he did it. Look at that. They look kind of similar, honestly. That's damage from the piercing technique. He copied it after just watching it once? Watch a little longer and you'll see what he can become. You'll see the destiny. He's a Saiyan. His powers will lead him to... Promise me that you won't ever forget me. Tap, tap. Bang. Splatter. Did you say you want to be strong? I'll show you how to become a god. Wow, that was a pretty good backstory. I thought about many things that I could do with this chapter, and I decided that I wanted to show more of the relationship between Vug and Viole. So I chose to draw Viole's past for this next extra chapter. I hope I explained things that I didn't adequately explain in the main series. I become very annoyed whenever I draw a character whom haven't always drawn for a long time, but interestingly, I don't feel that way when I draw Bam. Perhaps it's because he's the character from whom I'm most used to drawing. There's something that many readers misunderstand. Bam's talent is definitely amazing, but it's not matchless. He has weaknesses as well. Fug didn't capture Bam because of his talent, but rather due to his irregular title. This means that they chose to side with the slightest possibility. I think the workshop battle will maintain a bright mood, so I talked about a darker story before it. My heart aches to put the main character through so much suffering. Actually, I tried planning out concepts for things like 4-cell cartoons, short anecdotes, and parody scenes. However, I felt that it was not what most readers wanted. I decided to put them aside. I'll reveal them later when I feel more free. Next week, a comedy with the characters who displayed comic relief roles in Season 1 will take off. Though I'm just calling it a comedy and it probably won't be that funny. I hope you enjoy. So that was a little bit of a darker issue, seeing Bam just kind of suffer again right after the Season 1 test. And it's just to see the feelings that he's kind of dealing with and what's motivating him to become stronger. even though he's kind of like forced in the situation. So I thought that was a really cool thing that SAU revealed to us. I also don't think that his teacher is a bad guy at all. Like, I think at one point he did some pretty dark things, but he's kind of like dulled his edge a little bit. But I definitely think he's like got some Spike vibes from Cowboy Bebop, but it's been such a long time since I've seen Cowboy Bebop. I might rewatch it again, but just kind of his backstory of like leaving a great family and how the great families are starting to seem like mobster gangs or something. It definitely shows a darker side of the great families and how it's not really like this luxurious position that people think it is. So definitely some interesting issues. It is kind of interesting how we see, I forget the guy with the yellow hair's name. I think it starts with an H or something, but it's interesting to see him so much in the story, but never in present day. You know what I mean? Like, he's in the story, but he's not in the timeline. So I think that's kind of an interesting way to look at a character. Like, he's always in the past. It's kind of like This Is Us. Like, he's like the dad in This Is Us. We just see him in the past all the time. But hopefully he's not dead. He seems pretty interesting. But yeah, I thought it was a really good issue. My voice is starting to hurt a little bit, but we are going to wrap up here. It's been a really solid 5 issues this week. I'm looking forward to reading more as we get to the workshop test. So as always, comment down below. Let me know what you think. We'll keep climbing, but we'll save it for another one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.